Hare Krishna to all the Vaishnavas. Welcome to
Hare
today's
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
welcome to today's cyber class. So we shall be discussing Canto 3 entitled The Status Quo, Chapter 17, Victory of Hiranyaksha over all the directions of the universe, from Shloka 16 onwards. So I will take number of shlokas. Let's see the rhythm. So we will start with Mangalacharan. जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी जय गोपीजना बल्लभा जय गिरवरधारी जय गिरवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रजजन रंजन यशोदानंदन व्रजजन रंजन यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So please sing along with me the invocation mantras. One second, please. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashtaprayeshva Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavat Sevaya Bhagavat Yuttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. So we are going to recite Shloka 16 of Canto 3, Chapter 17. Please recite along with me. Tavadidetyau sahasa vyajyamanatmapaurushau vivriddhateshmasarena kayenadripati iva. Tavadidetyau sahasa vyajyamanatmapaurushau vivriddhateshmasarena kayenadripati iva. Tavadidetyau sahasa vyajyamanatmapaurushau vivriddhateshmasarena kayenadripati iva. Synonyms, word meanings. Those two, Adidatya, demons in the beginning of creation, Sahasa, quickly, Vyajyamana, being manifest, Atma, own, Paurushav, prowess, Vivriddhate, grew, Ashmasarena, steel-like, Kayena, with bodily frames, Adripati, two great mountains, Iva, like. Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. These two demons who appeared in ancient times soon began to exhibit uncommon bodily features. They had steel-like frames which began to grow just like two great mountains. Omagnaanitimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshunmalitam Yenam Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadhamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalan Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Jayapataka Swamin Iti Namine Namacharya Padaya Nitaya Kripa Pradayane Gaur Katha Damadaya Nagar Gramatarine Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devai Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratshve Namaha Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakhyam Namami Bhaktashaktikam Anandalila Maya Vigrahaya Hemabhadivya Chavi Sundaraya Tasmai Mahaprema Rasapradaya Shri Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langhayate girim yat kripatamaham vande paramananda madhavam Shri Gurudina Taranam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Vangsha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavnebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabho Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Om Tat Sat. So I was planning to even finish few more shlokas in a lot because these are small translations, small purports. So I will even take 17, 18, maybe up to 19. Hare Krishna. Shloka 17. Then we will, once I take the shlokas, okay, let me read the purport for Shloka 16 and we'll take 17 also. Purport. There are two classes of men in the world. One is called the demon and the other is called the demigod. The demons concern themselves with the spiritual upliftment of human society. Whereas, Hare Krishna, the demigods concern themselves with the spiritual upliftment of the human society, whereas the demons are concerned with physical and material upliftment. The two demons born of Diti began to make their bodies as strong as iron frames, and they were so tall that they seemed to touch outer space. They were decorated with valuable ornaments, and they thought that this was success in life. Originally, it was planned that Jaya and Vijaya, the two doorkeepers of Vaikuntha, were to take birth in this material world, where, by the curse of the sages, they were to play the part of always being angry with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As the demonic persons, they became so angry that they were not concerned with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but simply with physical comforts and physical upliftment. Haribol. Shloka 17. Devi sprashao hema kirita kotibhir niruddhakashtau sfurudangada Gam kampayantao charanai pade pade katya shukanchar kamatityatashtha tuha. Translation for Shloka 17 by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Their bodies became so tall that they seemed to kiss the sky with the crests of their gold crowns. They blocked the view of all directions, and while walking, shook the earth at every step. Their arms were adorned with brilliant bracelets, and they stood as if covering the earth with their waists, which were bound with excellent and beautiful girdles. Purport by His Divine Grace. In the demonic way of civilization, people are interested in getting a body constructed in such a way that when they walk on the street, the earth will tremble, and when they stand, it will appear that they cover the sun and the vision of the four directions. If a race appears strong in body, their country is materially considered to be among the highly advanced nations of the world. Shloka 18. Prajapatir namatayorakarshid yaha prak swadehadya mayorajayata tambay hiranyakashipam viduha praja yam tam hiranyakshama sutasagrataha. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Kashyapa Prajapati, the creator of the living entities, gave his twin sons their names. The one who was born first he named Hiranyaksha, and the one who was first conceived by Diti he named Hiranyakashipu. Purport. There is an authoritative Vedic literature called Pindasiddhi, in which the scientific understanding of pregnancy is very nicely described. It is stated that when the male secretion enters the menstrual flux in the uterus in 2 successive drops, the mother develops 2 embryos in her womb, and she brings forth twins in a reverse order to that in which they were first conceived. The child conceived first is born later, and the one conceived later is brought forth first. The first child conceived in the womb lives behind the second child, so when the birth takes place, the second child appears first, and the first child appears second. In this case, it is understood that Hiranyaksha, the second child conceived, was delivered first, whereas Hiranyakashipu, the child who was behind him, having been conceived first, was born second. Shloka 19. Chakre Hiranyakashipur Dorbhyam Brahmavarena cha Vashe Shapalang Lokan. Hare Krishna. Vashe sapala lokam strim akuto mrityur uddhataha. Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. The elder child, Hiranyakashipu, was unafraid of death from anyone within the three worlds because he received a benediction from Lord Brahma. He was proud and puffed up due to this benediction and was able to bring all three planetary systems under his control. Purport by His Divine Grace. As will be revealed in later chapters, Hiranyakashipu underwent severe austerity and penance to satisfy Brahma and thus received a benediction of immortality. Actually, it is impossible even for Lord Brahma to give anyone the benediction of becoming immortal. But indirectly, Hiranyakashipu received the benediction that no one within this material world would be able to kill him. In other words, because he originally came from the abode of Vaikuntha, he was not to be killed by anyone within this material world. The Lord desired to appear himself to kill him. One may be very proud of his material advancement and knowledge, but he cannot be immune to the four principles of material existence, namely birth, death, old age, and disease. It was the Lord's plan to teach people that even Hiranyakashipu, who was so powerful and strongly built, could not live more than his destined duration of life. One may become as strong and puffed up as Hiranyakashipu and bring under his control all the three worlds, but there is no possibility of continuing life eternally or keeping the conquered booty forever. So many emperors have ascended to power and they are now lost in oblivion. That is the history of the world. Haribol. So thank you for bearing with me, Vaishnava Thakurs. I wanted to take these four shlokas together because this is about the growing up of the brothers, Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. So nearly a similar theme. What we see from shloka 16, let's go back there. So in the purport, Srila Prabhupada is talking about two types of people, demon and demigod. So what demigod do is normally following the Vedic scriptures, right? We say what we've learned from Bhagavad Gita, they try to follow karma, okay, or dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Okay, this is the principle they normally follow. And normally through, so Vedas are divided into three kandas, karma kanda, jnana kanda, upasana kanda. So karma kanda, jnana kanda, okay, fruit of activity, speculative knowledge. So karma kanda is at the level of fulfilling your one's desires. So it's basically, if you're following the Vedas, it's consciousness development, step by step. What we say, shwe shwe, gradually developing the consciousness. Even in sadhana and bhakti yoga, Lord Vishnu himself says in Brahma Samhita, towards the end, the last 4-5 shlokas, if I remember well, that he says gradually, the more sadhana you do, it develops into prema ultimately, prema bhakti. Now, the thing with demigod is they are not only concerned about their own development, but they're concerned about the society at large also, the demigods, right? Even the sages. We call it the Lokahitakarino. That's why Brahmanas are so respected. Like Dad explained in his previous class that what's the difference between Brahmana and Vaishnava. So Brahmana is usually upliftment of the people's miserable conditions, or it is a short-term goal. They help in the short-term upliftment of miserable condition, right, of distress, right? Whereas Vaishnavas, their aim is basically uplifting or helping in the miserable condition for a long term, for eternal, right? So they say just leave the material world. But there are some people who don't understand the concept that they cannot detach from the bodily concept, right? Now the problem with the demons is demonic people. So let's talk about people in Kali Yuga. Mostly demonic. When we say demonic, they do not follow any Vedic injunctions. That is the instructions of the Lord or instructions of the superiors, of the demigods, right? So if you're not following the instructions, yad yad acharati shreshtas tatta deveta rojana. If you're not following the instructions of the superior for consciousness development, what happens? You remain in this material world. So that is a demonic condition. That's what Srila Prabhupada is trying to say. That demonic people are only concerned about the physical, the gross body pleasure, right? And material upliftment. So in Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, they only look at Artha and Kama. Forget about Dharma and forget about Moksha. Okay? Economic development and sensory or sensual gratification, pleasures. So they only pay attention to this. Now what is happening here in this case is that they said that these two demons, they started exhibiting uncommon bodily features, right? So they began to grow great mountains. So what happens is the siddhis, normally like we read the 11th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. There are 18 kinds of siddhis, 8 are main siddhis, right? So normally siddhis are done by yogis who are able to control their senses. So the primary siddhis, they're said to be from the spiritual world. And the last time we spoke of the gatekeepers of Lord Vishnu, specifically like Chanda Prachanda, Dhata Vidhata, Jaya Vijaya, Bala Prabala. So different names are there. Bhadra Subhadra. Okay. So these gatekeepers are basically like the personifications of the Ashtasiddhis, your Anima, Mahima, Anima, Laghima, Mahima. So this siddhi's got to do with body, okay, with the gross body. You can make yourself smallest, and then you can make yourself Anima, smallest of the smallest, then Laghima, you can make yourself the largest, and then Laghima, you can make yourself the lightest. So that's using the gross body, right? And then you have the other 5 siddhis. You have Prapti, Prakamya Siddhi, Ishita, Vashita. So Prapti, Prakamya has got to do with the senses. The siddhis are got to do with senses. So if you see, they grew like great mountains, right? So they had these siddhis. But these are divine souls. Normally siddhis, we will talk about how demonic people have particular siddhis. So the Ishita, the Prapti and Prakamya Siddhi, basically, it is from the senses. It is trying to enjoy any object you want, which is seen, unseen. That's Prakamya. Prapti is all what you desire through your senses. You're trying to enjoy, and then comes to the last 3: the Ishita, Vashita, and Kama Vasayata Siddhi. Ishita is where a yogi or a siddhatma can basically control other jiva and their subtle bodies. That's Ishita, right? The other jivatmas with their subtle bodies. And Vashita is where a yogi wants to or detaches completely from the material enjoyment, unattached to material sense gratification. And then you have Kama Vasayata. It's basically obtaining the ultimate pleasure. Okay. Now, obviously, these demonic personalities had some siddhis. So there are 8 primary and the 10 secondary siddhis. They are basically a product of the material world, or mostly called the product of material mode of goodness, Satoguna. Okay, so you have 2 types of mode of goodness, right? You have Shuddha Sattva or Vishuddha Sattva, which is the pure goodness that is of this spiritual world. Okay, Vaikuntha Loka, the Goloka, okay, Vrindavana. And then you have the Mishrit Sattva, right? It is not pure goodness. It's considered Mishrit because it has tinge of ignorance and passion. So these 10 siddhis are like being able to see past, present, and future. Okay, being able to read others' mind, being able to take any form one desires, being able to move at a speed of mind, being able to control or control the dualities like hunger, thirst, right? Or also being able to control heat, cold, right? Getting rid of it, being able to control, fire, poison, water, sun, the effects of them. Also, being able to, you can control or go into one's or possess another's body. So there are these are called inferior siddhis, a product of material world. So what we see are the siddhis. Now, what the issue is here, the Jaya Vijaya, they came down and they had three births, right? So you have at Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, Satya Yuga. And in the Treta Yuga, they were as the kids. So here they are kids of the children of Kashyapa and Diti. And in Treta, they were the children of Vishrava and Keshini, right? They were Ravana and Kumbhakarna. And in the Dwapar Yuga, they came as your son of like cousins of Lord Krishna directly, son of King of Chedi, Dhamagosha, and the sister of Vasudeva, right? Lord Krishna's father, Shrutashrava, and they were Shishupala and Dantavakra. Okay, so Lord had given them choice. We will read it later on during the 7th canto and all that. Lord had given them the choice, Jaya Vijaya, either three births as enemies, and then you will come back immediately to the spiritual world, or 7 births in the material world as good people, as good devotees or Vaishnavas, and then come back to the material world. So Jaya Vijaya could not tolerate separation from their Aradhya Dev, from their Lord, right? So they chose, okay, let's do enemies. This is what Lord desires. He wants to show his Veera Rasa. He wants to enact that. So let's go for that. So that's how they came down. The thing is, the demonic personalities also, just to explain further, when they want to just enjoy the physical and material upliftment, okay, how this happens. Dad had explained in the 3rd canto when he was taking the 12th chapter, right, when the Visarga was starting. So Lord Brahma, he created 5 types of ignorance. Okay, so tama, okay, tamaha means basically you ignore your swarupa, you forget you're the soul. Okay, then comes moha, bodily illusion of bodily attachment. Then you think that I am this body. Tamaha, moham, mahamoham. Then we think one is I am I'm not Kirti the Vellabi given by gracefully given by my Guru Maharaj, spiritual master, but as a sadhaka, when I'm outside, I say, oh, I'm Kiran. I'm from India, right? So that I'm Kiran is this bodily attachment, and second, I'm from India. The proprietorship comes in, right? Upadhi. It steps in that I have house, I belong to Dehradun or belong to Delhi, and I've got a house there. That proprietorship. So that is the 3rd level of ignorance. See how the ignorance is basically pressing us down. So tamaha moham, mahamoham. Then comes andha tamishram. Basically, then we get frustrated that we are not able to enjoy the objects of the material world. So anger comes in. So when the 4 Kumaras cursed Jaya and Vijaya, what did they say? That because you have envy, right? You have a mode of passion in you or mode of ignorance, you're stopping us. May you be born in the material world, which has the 3 enemies. What is this? Kama, Krodha, Lobha, right? Anger, lust, and greed. Okay, so basically, Andamishram, Tama Andamishram. Let me go to that shloka. It's a beautiful shloka. It's called Sasarjagre Andhata Mishram Mathata Mishramadikrit Mahamoham cha moham cha tamascha agnana vrittayaha. It's called Agnana Vrittis. Beautiful shloka. 5 features of ignorance. So tamishram is your get anger upon frustration. Okay, that I'm not able to enjoy a particular material object. And then the fifth level is andatamishram, not because that anger has culminated. So usually you lose your senses, so it's next to calling unconscious state. Okay, so what happens, it's like you become like really frustrated, height of frustration. So this is the level of ignorance a demonic people, like specifically Kali Yuga people, we demonstrate ourselves. So if we are not doing sadhana, if we not, so the yadyad achariti shesha, so we should always follow the Vaishnavas, the footpath of the Vaishnavas. Oh my God, the time is up. Okay, just a very short. In the 17th shloka, in the demonic way of civilization, when Srila Prabhupada said people are interested in getting body construction. So we can see how people are into working out, looking beautiful, gorgeous always, but then they don't care about character building, which in sadhana, as doing a sadhana, Dad is always talking about, all the Vaishnavas always talk, we should build character, Vaishnava etiquette, how to deal with other Vaishnavas, right? Even sadhakas, how to deal with each other, right? Always prema bhakti, always displaying love, no enviousness, right? So what happens is too much stress on physical attributes, looking good, but not improving the subtle, the characteristics that emanates or that projects demonic personality. So that's what Srila Prabhupada is saying in the 17th shloka. In the 18th shloka, this is very nice point of the twin births, how twin are conceived, and what Kashyapa thought. Even Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur talks about it, how Diti took. So according to Kashyapa, because he conceived Hiranyakashipu first, so he named, out of the twin child, he first named Hiranyakashipu. Though he was a second born, but he was conceived in the womb first. So according to Kashyapa Muni, he was the eldest. But according to Diti, because the one who was conceived later but born first, Hiranyaksha, he was the firstborn, first child. But normally it is said that what the father thinks prevails. But in the books, they always talk about Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. So big brother, small brother, that way, in that combination. So this is what they were trying to explain. I remember a couple of years back, specifically Vishnupriya Mataji asked me this shloka question. Mataji, how is this possible? This is very, very confusing. So very beautiful. We just have to accept this explanation. We are not great scientists to understand what does this mean, but this is the way it was, right? So this is a historic, it's called Akhyanai. This is an historical ancient event. So it has already happened. So you accept the fact, which is given by the acharyas. In the 19th one, Hare Krishna, in the 19th chapter, it will be revealed in the later cantos also, that how Hiranyakashipu, by doing austerity, normally for a demonic person, right, to control senses, right, is very, very difficult. Normally controlling senses is for development of consciousness. But here he did tapa, meditation, controlling his senses for attaining near immortality. And that's what Srila Prabhupada is explaining here, that even Lord Brahma, because he's a product of the material world, even if born from the Lord, okay, let's not talk about Guna Avatar. We're talking about the first living entity in this material world. Because he's a product of the material world, then what happens? Even he cannot grant immortality. So this is a very nice arrangement, because Jaya Vijaya or Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu were actually devotees from Vaikuntha. So no material embodied being could harm them. So that was a nice arrangement Lord had done. So by his meditation on Lord Brahma, he says, okay, near immortality, none of the material jivas can kill me or can destroy this body. So that's what they're talking about, is severe austerity. So austerity not done for controlling the senses, austerity done by a demonic person who, Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, who were respected by the Daityas and Danavas. Not by the Devas, by the Devas feared them. The Daityas and Danavas respected them. So austerity done for physical, okay, enjoyment, proprietorship, lorded over. What we were talking about, Tamishram. There is Mahamoham and Tamishram, two types of the features of ignorance. So that's what they were displaying. Okay, Upadhi, misidentification of the body, as Srila Prabhupada says. So I'm sorry I took so many shlokas. Maybe you all are not satisfied with this class because a lot of shlokas. If you have any, I will end my class here. If you have any questions, you may put it in the forum now. Otherwise, we will move on to the next session. Hare Krishna to all the Vaishnava Thakurs.